In today's video, we're going to be going through Batman vs Superman, the difference between the two and why it is critical to the growth and consistency in your business, and how understanding the difference between the two will get you more high-paying, high-quality online fitness clients chasing you. Now, as I mentioned before, the two superheroes, right? This is not a story about Marvel. It's not a story about how I love their movies or whatever it might be. It is a story that my mentor, one of my first mentors, taught me. Now, I was very, very lucky to work with an amazing mentor in Australia, my first mentor, and he linked me up with one of the world's best copywriters, a guy called Bob Bly in the US. And I read all of his stuff. Like, he had so many books and all that sort of stuff. And I was a huge fan of his, and I ended up being able to work with him one-on-one on a lot of different ads, and literally have a call with this guy once a week. I was extraordinarily lucky to be able to do it. Very, very smart, old school, high-performing copywriter from the US. I've done it all, and it really blew my mind to be able to work with him. Now, one of the concepts that he taught me was Batman versus Superman. And understanding this and how that allows you to do a great marketing, right? Whether that's writing ads, whether that's writing content, whether that's creating your business, whatever it might be. And understanding just this simple concept will ensure that you'll get more clients than you've ever been able to get before. And a lot of people get this wrong. A lot of people 100% get this piece wrong. And it wasn't until it got explained to me that I was like, I get it. It makes sense. So, in essence, throughout time, right, there's been so many Batman movies, so many Superman movies. You got comics, you got figurines, all of these sort of stuff, right? And I'm not a huge comic or Marvel or whatever it is fan, but the concept is the most important piece. Whether you're a fan or not a fan, cool. Now, the concept is that throughout time, Batman, the character of Batman, anything that was related to Batman always outsold anything related to Superman. And I'll repeat that, and then I'll explain why this is important to understand. Anything that had to do with Batman, and you even think the past couple of years, right? The Batman films always become blockbusters, and people might have differing opinions, but the Superman films generally flop, right? And if you look at just the financial return on anything related to Batman, like I said, comics, figurines, clothing, movies, whatever it might be, it always, since the conception of the two characters, has always massively outsold Superman. Now, when they were creating the characters, the creators thought that Superman was going to be amazing, it was going to be this big blockbuster thing. But Batman just kept beating it, and they were baffled why. And it wasn't until they worked out time and time again, all right, this is happening, so we're going to figure out why it is. And the difference is that Superman comes from another planet. He's an alien. He's a superhuman. We cannot relate to him because he has no flaws, right? He's not human, right? He doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't we can't relate to him. Whereas Batman is a human. And he's got a lot of money, whatever it might be, but he doesn't have special powers. He doesn't have these alien powers. He's just a normal dude who is able to take on and do amazing things, right? Yes, he has gadgets and all this sort of stuff, but he's a normal dude and he has weaknesses. He's a human. He makes mistakes. He gets beat up sometimes. He loses fights sometimes, right? And that's what engages us most. Batman versus Superman. Superman is an alien that we can't relate to, that makes no mistakes, has no flaws. As a result, us as humans, we can't relate to him, so we don't connect, and we don't want to buy or invest our time, our energy, our focus, our money behind something that we can't relate to, that never makes a mistake, that has no flaws. Whereas Batman, he's another human. And all humans make mistakes. All humans have flaws. All humans have great strengths, right? But they have times where they have weaknesses. They have times where they do the wrong things, right? And being able to Be a character yourself within your business and be more like Batman and be less like Superman. Now, so many people, when they start a business, they put on this persona, right, of every type of piece of content I do or every ad I do or anything I do that relates to the business needs to be perfect. I need to show this persona of being this trainer and fitness coach that never has a day where I just don't want to go to the gym, or I screwed up my eating, or I went out and ate, I got drunk last night and ate cakes and did whatever, or I did some poor form in the gym and I got an injury as a result of it, right? I'm supposed to be the coach. I'm supposed to know better. So I'm going to show the world just my perfect side, never my flaws. And as a result, most people aim for this character of perfection. And they unconsciously try to be like a Superman, create a character of themselves like Superman within their business, right? And no one can relate. No one connects to that because you're just this person that just seems perfect and will judge them and is nothing like them and doesn't have flaws and doesn't trip over sometimes and doesn't make mistakes and whatever it might be. Whereas in actual fact, the strongest, best thing you can do in your business, in your marketing, in your ads, in your content, whatever it might be, is reveal your flaws. Show that you're human, right? Show that you've made mistakes. Show that you've been where they were. And sometimes you still trip over, right? Sometimes you still make mistakes, but you know how to recover from these things. You know how to be the leader to the people that make the same mistakes, but you are not perfect. You are imperfect, right? You are human. People connect to that more. People relate to that more. You've probably seen, if you ever do a piece of content or an ad or anything where it's like, I'm putting my hand up, I screwed up this, I did that, or I've let myself go the last couple of weeks. I put a bit on a bit of body fat. I haven't been training as well. I've been feeling down and under. But today I'm turning up the volume, turning up the switch, and I'm going to take you through my journey of getting back in shape or whatever it might be. You always see those sorts of pieces of content resonate the most, get the most engagement, get the most leads, get the most people buying into your journey, right? And that's showing your vulnerability, showing your mistakes, putting your hand up and showing that you aren't perfect and showing that you aren't a Superman character. You're more like a Batman character within your business. Now, I'm not talking about wearing capes and putting on the clothing and all that sort of stuff, but I'm talking about the character of being human, of sometimes making mistakes, having flaws, rather than trying to pretend in everything you do, because all it can be is pretend, because we're all human. No one is perfect. But it's so funny when you see so much from early stage, mainly business people. And what I mean by early stage is because most of them try this on and it doesn't stick. It doesn't work. They don't get any clients, and so they close the business down, which sucks, right? But they have the right intentions. They're trying to make the best thing possible. They're trying to portray themselves as this elite, perfect trainer, coach that just knows what's best at all times and does whatever it is at what's best at all times. And unfortunately, you do that, you will lose engagement, you will lose clients, you will lose prospects, because no one will be able to relate to you, right? People buy you more than they do your coaching. They buy into you and your personality and your character, right? So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to put your hand up when you make mistakes. Don't be afraid to let people in to the reality of your life and be more vulnerable. Because really that is what's going to be more authentic to you. It's going to feel better, right? Because you're not going to have to try and put on this mask every day of falseness that you're perfect or whatever, because none of us are. So it's going to feel better from an authenticity perspective. But in actual fact, it's also going to get you more clients and more results and help allow you to have more freedom, more finances, and have more impact worldwide. So hopefully that makes sense. Next time you're in your business, whether it's today, tomorrow, anything you're doing, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to let people see that you make mistakes, and be more vulnerable. Be more like Batman, be less like Superman. Hopefully that makes sense. If you've got any questions on that, hit me up, Chris at tribefit.co. That's TRIBEFIT.co, not .com.co. And if you need any help with growing your business, reach out, send me an email. I'll be happy to have a chat. We'll see what we can do, and we'll go from there. That's it from me. Hopefully this analogy has helped, and it helps you see more traction and success over the coming days and weeks and months in your business. Bye for now.